Hey y'all, it's Ashley, your Southern Lesbian. I know, no dancing today, cold open. I did not feel like dancing today. I don't know about y'all, but yeah, it's been a rough couple of months. I apologize. I know I haven't been here lately. Life has been lifing. It's just been a hard couple of months. Y'all, tell me if I'm the only one. Am I the only one that you go through something really difficult, you get through it, and you think, God, I did that. That was amazing. I'm so proud of myself. I got through it. And then the next day you turn around and it's just like something just knocks you on your butt again. And I feel like, well, really since 2020, we've had 5 years of this almost, right? But lately, right now, for those of you who are also sensitive, deep feelers, I think that we are especially feeling what's going on right now. And I think we're supposed to. And I felt very compelled to come on here and talk about that. By the way, I did record 2 episodes since the last time I popped one on here. And I had my own sort of demons to tackle about that. I think it's so important to feel like I'm speaking to y'all from a place of alignment. And when I can be my fully authentic, vulnerable self. And if I'm in a chaotic place or if I'm worried about things or, like I said, y'all, life was life. And it's funny, I would record things and I'd listen to it back the next day and I don't know, it just didn't feel right. So forgive me, I am always happy to talk about anything that y'all want to talk about. Please always feel free to shoot me a line down below and say, hey, I am feeling blah, blah, blah. Can we discuss it? And if I'm feeling aligned with it, yeah, we can. Or hop on a live with you guys and talk about things, because here's the thing. Like I said, I think we're exactly where we're supposed to be. Y'all know I'm just a little bit woo-woo, and a lot of y'all might be as well. I'm guessing that you might be, or you wouldn't be here. Lesbian, yeah, that's in the title of my name, but it's like, I feel like sometimes it's such a small part of what makes us who we are. Of course, it's huge. You know what I mean? We're all people. We're all going through things. I just think there's got to be a subset of the population here that some of what I'm saying is resonating with y'all. I mean, I swear I haven't been on here in a couple months and the numbers just keep growing. God bless y'all, I feel like people are getting something here, so I'm going to keep showing up. Okay, and I want you to tell me if there's stuff that we need to talk about. Okay, so let me just dive in. And let me just tell y'all how I sort of get inspired by whatever it is I want to talk about. I am just a freaking sponge of information. I don't know about y'all. That's probably the ADHD, and I'm probably on the spectrum just a little bit. I don't know. Chances are. I've taken tests. It says I'm not. I don't know if I believe that. I take in so much information. I listen to so many podcasts. I listen to audiobooks. I read books. I love having deep conversations with my friends and asking where they are in the world and what's going on and what's on their hearts. And I follow a lot of intuitives and deeply feeling people on social media. So I take all of this in. Inevitably, themes come up that you sort of recognize. You're like, a lot of these people are kind of feeling the same thing right now. And it's not just a result of like what's happening in the world. It's just like energetically, I feel like the universe helps us go through things that we are meant to learn on our journey to get stronger, to get to where we're supposed to be. Whatever your soul decided coming into this life that it wanted to experience, I think the good and the bad and the ugly, all of it, pushes us into right where we're supposed to be. We've talked about that a little bit on here and back even to our childhoods. And for those of us who had some hard things in childhood to get over, had I not experienced some of the things that I experienced, I wouldn't have felt the need to launch out of that experience into something bigger, something that allowed me to experience being gay the way I needed to experience being gay, meaning to find community. So where I was in a little southern small town, I was just never going to have that there. I had to get out. Had I been completely happy where I was in that little town, there's so many beautiful things about my childhood, so many that I got to experience. Now, I wouldn't change my experience. Like, I'm so grateful that I got to experience certain things about living in the South and the people there. And good Lord, it's so beautiful there. The specific experiences that I had certainly launched me out, and I'm grateful for that. It's almost like got the best of both worlds, if you can look at it that way. even though it was hard. So here we are, sensitive people. Welcome. So I was listening to a podcast this morning. Y'all listen to Glennon Doyle, We Can Do Hard Things. I love her so much, so much. And we are doing hard things right now. And we have been doing hard things for the last 4.5 years at minimum. So I was listening to this episode where they have Cameron Esposito on, and I adore her too, and she's gay. She said something that was kind of interesting to me, and I think I've sort of heard this said differently before, but she said running away from something and running towards something are the same thing. And I went, what? Took my little brain a minute to register that. I was like, wait a minute, So the best way I can take that through my little Southern Lesbian filter is that the things that we avoid only get louder. So even though you think you're running away from something, you're going to have to deal with it at some point. So I learned a long time ago, well, not that long ago, maybe 10 years ago, I avoided certain hard conversations for sure. I had never been modeled that growing up, right? I had never been modeled that growing up, so I didn't know how to have tough conversations. So you watch the people that you grow up around and you go, oh, that's what you do, that's what you do. As life progresses, you get handed these lessons, and they come usually in the forms of different relationships, and you get to learn and repeat maybe. I've heard this said before that words don't teach, experiences do. And I think, that's so true. Like, I can sit here and tell y'all all the things that I've learned through my experiences, but it probably won't stay with you until you experience that thing yourself. And then you might go, I remember that lesbian talking about that thing. And then it'll sort of click and register. Oh, this is what she meant by that. Okay, I get it now. I'm sure a lot of y'all have heard that quote by Rumi. The wound is the place where the light enters. So it's kind of a variation on the same theme. You get hurt, something happens. Maybe it's something you've been avoided, but that is the place where the light enters you. And that's where you can then start your healing if you choose to look at it and address it. So that's what we're here to do, right? So I've been hearing a lot of these coaches and intuitives talk about the Ascension Process. The Ascension Process is happening right now on Earth, and that all this stuff that we're going through is completely necessary because we're in the Great Reset, and it's going to get weird, y'all. You think it's weird now, it's going to get weird. From what I understand. So all of this is necessary if we are going to create the new Earth. The United States is absolutely going through it right now, and it's time. We're in our reckoning. We've had 200 some plus years of building the country on things that maybe it shouldn't have been built on, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Slavery. Hello. Yeah, no. So things need to be corrected. Energetically, the country needs a reset. We've built it on capitalism. I think maybe, the founding fathers had some good things in mind when they started that off, because I understand where they were coming from, but no, girl, no, it ain't right. We have gone too far. We have gone way too far. And now look at these big corporations and look what's happening. And it's a very scary time for a lot of people. So I think that, and what I'm understanding from some of these people, again, I listen to a lot of them, so it's just I'm taking little bits and pieces of things that resonate, and I'm spouting them off to y'all now. You're welcome. What I'm understanding is that this ascension process for us, especially those of us who are sensitive, it's like we have a job here in one sense, you really do. If you are deeply feeling, we are needed right now. I know you're thinking, what in the hell are you talking about, lesbian? Well, I'm going to tell you, we are meant to find each other and walk each other home through this process. Why? Because it's effing hard. And two, because think about it. I mean, it's like if everybody responds on this planet right now, the way we're watching certain people in office respond to one another, creating this chaotic environment, all this really unhealthy energy is just going up, 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 up. You're watching social media and everybody's just, here we are again. It's like we were in 2016, right? Everybody's got their opinions and they're angry and they're scared, and I get it. If you don't even have anything going on personally in your life, those things sit right under the surface and they are going to mess with you just a little bit, we didn't have to deal with this as cavemen, women, whatever, cave lesbians. As a cave lesbian, I do not remember having to deal with this. But seriously, it's like the level of stress that we deal with right now on a day-to-day basis. Yes, a lot of it comes from social media and the news. I can't with the news right now. I turned the news off I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. I haven't watched the news in I cannot tell you how long, because enough of it still makes it into my social media feed that I do get the highlights, and I only follow really trusted journalists, and I look at a little bit of that. But like that Trump-Zelensky meeting, people are like, "Did you watch that? You watch that?" My Uber drivers here asked me if I watched it. What was my point? The ADHD, y'all. It happens. I'm not saying get rid of all your social media. I know a lot of people say that. I actually don't think you should if you're I think it depends on where you are emotionally and physically. I know that if you are sitting in your home by yourself, maybe you don't have a partner, maybe your family's not nearby, maybe you're not in a place where you have great community, social media might be really, really healthy for you if you're following healthy people and you're listening to things that uplift you. I have been there before, absolutely. And I'll tell you, when I was starting in a foreign country by myself and didn't know people around me and didn't have anybody close, oh my God, some of the people that I followed online, I needed to hear from them. I needed to see what they were going to say. I needed someone just slightly ahead of me in this game of life to let me know that where I was sitting now was going to be okay and that we are going to move forward. We are going to make it out. And that's basically kind of what I feel like, I'm here to do with y'all too. I'm not a life coach. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist, but I have been through some things and I just feel incredibly compelled to jump on here in case maybe I've just gotten through a couple more things or different things than y'all have. And there's some things that maybe I can share and say, hey, I know right now is weird times. Right now are hard times. And yes, you're going to be okay. And yes, it's okay to listen to social media if that's what keeps you healthy and happy. Just be very selective. Get rid of the news feeds that scare you. Even the ones that you trust, listen to this much of it. Like grab just enough to keep you informed and then turn it off. Just don't watch it. It's not worth your emotional health. It's too damaging. Okay, so let's talk about energetically where we are right now. Again, the astrology, I know that right now we're in the thick of like Venus retrograde and Mars just anyway, I can't keep up with it, y'all. I hear them talk about it and I'm like, what? But I have been following this stuff long enough to know that as I'm hearing people and the themes that pop up in my own life, there's something to it. And I think that we're meant to feel it. Because, like I said, if everyone responds with the kind of vitriol and anger, listen, this may pop up in your own life a little bit for a few days because we are in the thick of this energy. It's dense right now. It's chewy. You can feel it. It's visceral. It's affecting us. If all of us respond to one another with that kind of energy, where do we get? Who on this planet is going to hold the line for love, for peace, for compassion, for inspiration? This is the time that, y'all ever read that book, The Alchemist? This is what he's talking about, right? If ever there's a moment on this planet that we can alchemize this energy right now, this is the time to do it. If everybody around you is losing it, if you're losing it, self-care is absolutely paramount right now. I know, because I used to feel this way. Self-care is selfish. Not right now. No, never, by the way, never. But right now, especially, I think it's paramount. I think it's paramount to your mental health, my mental health, the people around us. Like, we can't be there for people if we're not taking care of ourselves. For me, what that looks like is like today, finally, this week we're getting like sunshine. It's a nice day out. I still had to put on a cozy sweater because I'm feeling it that much. I'm feeling it right here. I'm feeling it right like in my solar plexus. I couldn't have coffee this morning. Y'all know how much I love my coffee. I'm having one now. But this morning, that felt too aggressive for me. Isn't that crazy? So I could only have like a warm tea. Very British of me, I know. But I'm just saying, like, when your body is telling you these things and you're having these feelings and you're thinking, gosh, all I want to do right now is lie down. Go do it for a few minutes. Honor your body right now. We can't have each other getting sick because of all of this energy that we're taking on, because it's a lot. For me, self-care, like I said, looks like, having a tea, putting on something cozy. I've got a little candle lit here right now because I like it. It makes me happy. I put a little flower here right now because it makes me happy. I've got energetic things around me that make me happy. I had a nice bath this morning and I gave myself time to do it, and I couldn't productivity shame myself about doing that. No, I felt like I needed to sit in that bath and just ground. There's something about being in water. Is it just me? Like sometimes when I'm super stressed, not even just like, I live near a river, so that's great. I can walk to the river and that's beautiful. But being in a bath, being in water, being in the ocean if you're lucky enough to live by there, or a lake or whatever, or a pool, something about that just feels so incredibly grounding. So for me today, it was sitting in that bath, and I was really called to just put on some old music that felt so good to my soul to hear. And I'm like, I don't know why I want to hear this artist from 25 years ago that I just popped out of nowhere. Put it on and it felt so good. So it allowed me to sort of move on with my day. Have y'all ever heard, this is getting long now, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little long-winded today, but I have a lot to say. Haven't seen y'all in a while. Have y'all heard of the emotional scale? Like, I heard about this first from Abraham Hicks. But it's basically like a scale of your emotions and where you fall on them and what is the lowest vibration, most unhealthy for you, and what is the healthiest for you. And that's like joy, courage, blah, blah, blah. So you start down here with like fear, desperation, worry, anger, revenge, there's all these different emotions on the scale. And sometimes it's just interesting to look at that when I'm feeling a certain way, sitting in the fields and going, where am I today? Oh gosh, I'm there. Well, that's not good. What can I do to just go one step above? That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do just to start. So, if you're sitting in one emotion and you're like, no, you're kind of feeling stuck, what is your body telling you it really needs? With the old music that I turned on today, it was kind of depressing. Like it's got, now where I am most of the time, I want happy music. I want things that uplift me. But every once in a while, when I'm sitting in the fields, I want to hear that old music that like kind of hits me in the heart a little bit. But I find that if I honor that for myself and I put that music on and I can lean into it and start singing with it and feel it, then I all of a sudden am not feeling that thing anymore. It's like all of a sudden I'm like, oh, now I want to feel something else that feels a little bit better. And then I want to feel something else that feels a little bit better. So it might not be music for you. I am very moved by music, always have been. That works for me. But for you, it might be, I don't feel like going to the gym today, but I feel like going for a walk. Start with a walk. Go for your walk. And then maybe you'll feel compelled to go for a run or ride your bike or go to the gym or whatever. You see what I'm saying? But just start where you are with what you have and do what you can. I do think that we're exactly where we're meant to be right now. Yeah, I know things are chaotic, but I do think we're supposed to be going through this. I do think our souls chose to come here right now and experience these things that we're experiencing. Don't come at me. It's my belief. It's my channel. I can say it. But you know what I mean? I think it's I think we just have to figure out how to work with it. Honestly, like what themes are popping up for you in your life right now? Are you seeing recurring themes right now? What's popping up in your relationships? It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be in a friendship. It could be with family members. I used to get the same thing with family members over and over again. And it's sort of like, that thing where we started off at the beginning of like what you avoid, like what you resist persists kind of thing. So if you're seeing repeated themes pop up, pay attention to that. Lean into that. Get curious about it. Explore it a little bit. Find a podcast on it. Read a book on it, because obviously that's the universe telling you that that's something you need to deal with and you need to learn how to do a little bit differently. And sometimes that can be a really tough thing to learn about ourselves, because we don't know. We're out there lifing, doing the best we can, and all of a sudden, you get smacked on the head by another hard life lesson. And the key is to not resist those things and not brush it off and not say, oh, screw that person. They are ridiculous. And, I can't believe I put up with whatever. No, those are the moments in life where we have to sit down and say, what am I meant to learn from this? What is life trying to show me right now? What am I ready to heal? That's a big one. Really, like if you have time right now to sit and journal out, that's a great journal prompt. What am I ready to heal? What am I ready to heal? Or maybe you're ready to say to yourself or out loud, I'm ready to receive what the universe wants me to know. And that takes courage. What I do in these moments when I can't figure it out is I just surrender and I say it out loud. Universe, God, whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, Mother Earth, I surrender. I surrender. Show me what I need to know. Gentle lessons, please. Soft lessons. Please give me soft lessons through this. Show me what's highest and best for myself and for those around me. Give me what you got. I want the highest and best. Give me what you got. Usually when I do that, it gets better than I could have imagined for myself. That's never served me wrong. It's always led me to the next level, the next step of whatever it is that I've been wanting to go on my journey. Sometimes things pop up that you don't even know are going to be good for you. You know, I mean, we all have our dreams, right? And I think our dreams are very necessary because they give us a sort of a goalpost to hit, a little thing out there in the distant future that we can say, oh, I'm going to keep going in that direction, our true north, right? Well, sometimes, y'all, what happens is something else will show up and you'll go, well, I didn't even know that I might want that more. I've certainly been there. I've been there, and it makes you kind of pause for a minute and go, well, wait a minute. I always thought that this was my true north, but what if now this? Thank you, universe. Thank you that I surrendered. Thank you that you're showing me something that's cooler than what I ever thought would be great for myself. So just stay open. You know what I mean? Try not to be rigid right now with yourself, with your beliefs, with people, with your schedule. Try to relax and flow a bit right now, if you can. Self-care, self-care, self-care. Allow a little bit of breathability in your schedule so you can take a 30-minute break here and there if you need to, or don't load up every night of your week with social plans, and try not to drink too much right now. Water, grounding, all the things that we know. Just saying, it'll be better for you. It's so much harder to deal with things and see things clearly when you're drinking. I think that's all the ranting I've got to do today, y'all, but I just felt really compelled to tell y'all that. And if this resonates, please do share it with somebody. Please let me know if it resonates. I always feel like, you know, am I talking out to the void out there? Hello, hello. Y'all are so kind to let me know when it does resonate with you. I really appreciate it. So liking, sharing, subscribing, all those things do help. I greatly appreciate it. You guys mean the world to me. I don't know you. Some of you I do, but I'm just saying, like, I think that we do have to find community where we can. And I think it's important for us to continue talking, and hence why I say throw things at me. If there are things you want to discuss or you want me to discuss, or if we need to hop on a live, like, that's what I'm here for. Thank you so much. And y'all have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.